Hey everyone! Whis finally reveals the origin of Gohan's newest power, his beast form, and then Gohan reveals, "My father is an amazing warrior and has incredible power." That would be enough to say that I inherited all my power solely from him. Everything I have is by my own merit or merely the will of destiny that wanted me to be born with such power running through my veins. A being who has always displayed incredible power from a young age, leaving everyone in awe. Where does this brat get so much power? A power that elevates him to great heights and then fades away just as quickly. The fatigue of such power running through his veins raises a question many times over. Is this a blessing or a curse? Where exactly does this power come from? This is the biggest question of all. From a simple mortal who used to cry a lot, to a warrior of the highest class, the divine power that has embodied him. Where did it come from? Could his father be linked to something like this? To a divinity? Could his family lineage directly descend from someone who accessed the power of the gods? Or perhaps even a possible incarnation? Could this be the work of a higher being or just mere coincidence of fate? Although we all know that in the world of anime, when a father is strong, or even sometimes the protagonist, the tendency is for the son to inherit their powers and often surpass them. We have many examples of fathers whose pure essence of power places them among the highest ranks, exuding strength in their respective areas. Some names on this shelf include Gon Freaks and his father Jing Freaks, Thorfinn and his father Thor's the Troll, and many others. Gon inherited not only abilities but also personality traits from his father, while Thorfinn follows in his father's footsteps, both in skills and values, despite suffering greatly to find himself. So we have here these two examples where the father is strong, and through genetics, the son also becomes strong. In One Piece, there's a power called the Conqueror's Haki, and a father who possesses this Haki has a certain percentage chance of passing it down to his son, as is the case with Port Ghasty, Ace, and his father, the Pirate King Gold, Roger. But we've come to this point. What's so special about the mix of races, the warrior race from Goku's side, known as the Saiyan, and the human side from Chi-Chi? Why didn't this happen with Goten and Trunks? This is a question that is, let's say, quite complicated to answer. But if we look with another perspective, we might be sure of the origin. Speaking of certainty, I have a certain request for you. First, comment below where you think Gohan's power really came from, what its origin is, and while you're at it, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and leave a like. Let's dive together into another adventure where we will make the inexplicable explainable. Let's go. Shenron reveals the origin of the Super Saiyan God. He explains that the Super Saiyan God is a mythical figure among the Saiyans and doesn't exist currently. At that moment, Gohan no longer had access to his mystic form. Shenron also explains that there is a ritual to create the Super Saiyan God. He reveals that to create a Super Saiyan God, 5 Saiyans with pure hearts must channel their power into a 6th Saiyan. This ritual is necessary for the birth of a Super Saiyan God, and in a way, Gohan accesses his mystic mode in a similar way, through a ritual. Just like Yumoshi, both Goku and Gohan access the divine form, but in different ways. Gohan had it naturally within him. And I have another question in my mind. Gohan had this mystic form, and now he has this wild aura, the beast form, which he unlocked himself. What if he gets access to the ki that Goku is currently using, which descends directly from a Super Saiyan God? As we know, Saiyans are capable of assimilating ki, so much so that Vegeta didn't even need the ritual to access the Super Saiyan God form. It was only shown in the manga that he reached this form, as well as the derivative form of the Super Saiyan God, which is the blue form. He assimilated this ki just by training with Goku and Whis on Beerus' planet. What if this beast form was triggered after Gohan fought his father in the Super Saiyan blue form and in a way activated this dormant aura within Gohan, which surfaced some time later? Back then, he returned to his mystic form, and after the Tournament of Power, he focused on training. Could Gohan be some direct descendant of Yumoshi, or perhaps a divinity that may have taken both Saiyan and human form and somehow fell in love with one of them and wanted to protect them, thus giving rise to either him or Goku, passing this down to him, making it more evident? Before anyone says it's impossible, reincarnated wills and other things are involved. Just look it up. Here ends the doubt. Goku wished for Ub, and he was reborn. Full stop. A wish inherited from Goku. Maybe someone made the same wish long ago, like the oracle fish with its predictions of events. Everything has its time. Maybe Emoshi was one of those wills and failed. Or maybe he made a wish, and Goku and Gohan came, with the same emphasis on a pure heart. Comment if I'm going too far, or if this makes sense to you. We also have the burden of Gohan, who was the first hybrid in Dragon Ball, the son of the protagonist Goku, and with that, he bears the weight of that title. As the son of a protagonist, we already know he must be very strong to live up to expectations. Even though he didn't like fighting from an early age, he was forced to enter that world. I'll explain later why all of this happened. Anyway, the combination of different races, Saiyan and human, in a way gave his power a boost, even though Goku, on his home planet, was considered a low-class Saiyan. He was born strong, at least with glimpses of a hidden power. On the Saiyan home planet, Planet Vegeta, the Saiyan society was highly hierarchical and based on combat strength. At that time, what was known about fighting power was that the way you were born, depending on your ki, would influence your entire life. If you were born weak, you would be a low-class warrior or elite and would remain stagnant in that role until the end. If they had known what they know today, things might have been different. Maybe yes, maybe no. But the focus here is Gohan. At first glance, he would be considered a low-class Saiyan, and we wouldn't know what path he would take. After all, when Saiyans faced difficulties in battle, they resorted to the Oozuru form. When a Saiyan with a tail looks at the full moon, they transform into a giant ape, increasing their strength and combat power by tenfold. Perhaps Gohan wouldn't have developed such power as he has today. Despite being different from his father, Gohan doesn't have a natural passion for fighting. He prefers a more peaceful, academic life, eventually becoming a scientist. However, he steps into battle when necessary to protect his friends and Earth. Gohan is known for his powerful transformations like Ultimate Gohan or Mystic Gohan, and now is where we take our starting point. Gohan gained his mystic form during the Majin Buu saga in Dragon Ball Z. After Majin Buu's defeat, Gohan is taken to the sacred planet of the Kaioshins by the Supreme Kai and Elder Kai. They believe that Gohan has great hidden potential that can be unlocked. Unlocking means removing a block or impediment and releasing abilities or capacities that were latent or not fully developed. This perfectly describes Gohan. His power doesn't have a logical origin, not just because he's Goku's son. Of course, there's the fact that Goku is depicted in the series as the first Super Saiyan of the legend, because if a legend exists, someone has already witnessed it, and it came to pass. There's more mysticism connected to this than we can see. Gohan went to the sacred planet, where he met Elder Kai, who offers to unlock Gohan's hidden power. He performs a ritual involving a dance and a series of chants that lasts over 20 hours. During the ritual, Elder Kai channels his energy to unlock Gohan's latent potential. This process doesn't physically transform Gohan, but drastically increases his combat power, allowing him to access all of his potential without needing to transform into a Super Saiyan. It's as if he bypassed the need for rage and took the power for himself. After the ritual, Gohan reaches his mystic form, also known as Ultimate Gohan. In this form, he maintains his normal appearance, but his power is significantly greater than before. With this newfound power, Gohan returns to Earth to face Majin Buu. He demonstrates his superior strength while fighting the villain, showing that the mystic form is one of the most powerful he has ever achieved. But if the form is linked to mysticism and divinity, why was Gohan, like when he transformed into Super Saiyan 2, completely dominated by Saiyan pride, as if this Saiyan part of him took total control? And once again, he lost the battle by not knowing how to deal with his pride. Up to this point, we could base his power on divine origins from his human side, with the Saiyan genes activating it, but it seems like it was quite the opposite. It would really be just the combination of races that gave him the origin of his power, but that would be too vague and leave many, many gaps. This brings us to Trunks, Goten, Pan, and so on. Why only him? Maybe it's just because they wanted to give him the spotlight, but it didn't work out and wasn't well received because people preferred Goku. That Super Saiyan 2 form of young Gohan is out of this world, and so is this beast form. But that's it, folks. What did you think of all this? And how you think his power originated? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and thanks so much for watching until the end. See you next time, guys. Bye.